Hi everybody, welcome to Source Inspired Speaking. I'm Nathan. Today, Spirit's got a message about creating inner peace, about creating a space where we follow our soul's instinct and we can grow and become the person that we truly wish to be. So please sit back, remove yourself from any distractions, listen to these words. I'll check back in with you after the message. Hello. Thank you for joining us here today. We wish to speak to you about having a peaceful mind and how that shifts your whole reality. What is a peaceful mind? A peaceful mind is one that is not at war with itself. A peaceful mind is one that does not seek out conflict. A peaceful mind is one that does not think one thing is good for it, but then promotes doing something else. You see, so often people have a feeling of what they know is right, but yet in their mind they also make a case for doing the opposite. That is not a peaceful mind. That is a mind at war with itself. It is through this conflict that we often create lives of disappointment, because we have a sense of what we're supposed to do, and then we make a case for the opposite, so we create feelings of guilt, create feelings of knowing that you could have been more successful if you did what you knew was right, instead of doing, perhaps you say, what you wanted. But a peaceful mind knows that the goals that it wishes to achieve are what it wants. A peaceful mind knows that the steps that need to be taken to achieve your desires are what it wants to do. There is no war or conflict there. And while we expect every human mind to have a little bit of indecision, having the level of conflict that most people have is not healthy. And you can see it in the level of people that are depressed or feel that they could have done more or been more. People who feel like they're not successful in life. It's because you've been taught to have a mind of conflict. You see, everything that you take in from your media, your TV, your radio, they promote the fact that you are not good enough. And yet, deep inside, you know that you are a divine creation of God. And so, right away, there is conflict created. And there's a part of you that knows that you need to love yourself. And in loving yourself, you actually will make the changes that will make you healthier, that will make you shine with an inner beauty, that you will not feel depressed, sad, unhealthy, because love of yourself shifts all those things. But many of you are taught not to love yourselves. You are taught that you need to change yourselves to receive love. That is really the basis of what creates this unbalanced, unhealthy mind. But if you can shift your focus, if you can think about what it is you truly wish to achieve, pick one thing, and then lay out the actions that you feel you need to take to get there. And then every day, when you have the choice of taking those actions or doing something else, make the choice of doing those actions what you want to do. Because you see, you do get to choose. Should I finish this creative project that I was so excited about? Or should I go out with my friends and go to a restaurant or have a drink? What do I want to do? In that moment, you're choosing who you are. You're choosing which mind you will have. And we tell you that if you follow your gut of what you feel is right in that moment, that inner instinct, you'll know which is the right choice. In some cases, it might actually be going out with your friends. You might realize that you need that break. But follow your gut. Follow that inner instinct that tells you what you need. Don't follow the part of your mind that you can hear talking yourself into something. If you are having an inner dialogue, trying to convince yourself of something, say you're trying to get healthy and lose weight, but then you think of ice cream and you think, oh, I should have that. I've been really good with what I've been eating, and one little bite of ice cream won't help. And it won't hurt. It's just one little taste. It's not a big deal. If you hear that convincing going on, that doesn't come from your gut. Your soul doesn't need to convince you. Your soul knows what is right, what is the best choice for you in that moment. So we say, go with your gut instinct. Limit the amount of dialogue over a decision. When something comes up, how does it feel? Make that choice, because if you can do that over and over again, what you'll find is a lot of this back and forth dialogue, this congestion of thought that happens within our minds will ease away. And slowly you'll realize that you are creating a peaceful mind. And when you create a peaceful mind within, you seek out and manifest a peaceful world around you. So it all begins inside. Choosing who you wish to be, not convincing yourself who you need to be. Take those short steps. Follow that gut instinct and begin your journey to a peaceful mind. We thank you for listening, and we love you always. I think that's such a simple and great message that we often overlook. The idea that we often convince ourselves that we should do something, we need to do something. It's okay if we do this, it's not a big deal. We're creating a conflict within our minds, and we're trying to convince ourselves to do something that is against our basic instinct as a creator. And if we can step aside from that for a moment and just stop trying to convince ourselves and follow our gut feeling of what we should do, everything's going to get so much easier. A lot of our struggles in life come from this inner dialogue of I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. All that stuff takes place because we're not creating that peaceful environment within. And if you follow your gut instinct all the time, or as often as you can, we're going to cut a lot of that out. We're not going to have this inner battle because we're going to be doing what we feel is right. And just in doing that, it frees us up from feeling like we've done wrong. We followed our gut, we followed our soul instinct. So try it. When you find yourself having that inner dialogue trying to convince yourself of something, step back and say no. whatever I'm trying to convince myself of is not for my highest good right now. Trust that instinct. Trust what your soul knows. Remember, your soul doesn't need to convince you of something. It's your mind trying to convince you, and that's creating that conflict. Your mind creates an idea that you want something right now, and that's greater than what your soul purpose is, what your greater journey is. But doing that for years and years, and we end up in a place where we haven't achieved our goals. We haven't followed through on what our soul needs. And it doesn't lead to a place of joy. It leads to a place of sadness, depression, of feeling like you're not worthy, you're not good enough. So let's stop that right now, you and me. Let's follow our gut instinct. Let's end so much of that cluttered thought that fills our heads, so we can create peace within and then explore peace around us. So thank you all for listening. If you like what you heard, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of all my upcoming messages. You can love that like button for me. It really helps me out. If you have any comments that you want to put down below, that share, create a community so that we can discuss and grow as people, as a society. I think that's very worthy. So thank you all for listening. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.